Often in my videos, I'll do a cool transition where a loot room basically builds itself, and then I'll kinda move right on. This has left many people asking, well, how do I build them, and are they even any good,
Bruh.
So that's pretty much what we're gonna go over today.
Bruh.
My first one is this 1x1 design. In my videos, if there's a square loot room, this is gonna be there. It has 44 rows of storage, a trap, and 4 lanterns to hold 2000 low grade. To build this, you'll need everything in this box. First, you'll want to place the garage door facing out and upgrade the frame to metal. The garage door faces out so that the barbecues and small boxes cannot be accessed through the door, and the frame is metal to make placements much better. For the first 2 large boxes, you'll want them to be as far into each corner as possible. Doing this right will allow for much better barbecue placement after. For each of the barbecues, we want the grill part to face the wall. There is a slight difference in hitbox size, and position this way will give you the most room to access stuff from. A small box goes under each one, and the metal frame gives them more room to place. The middle bottom needs 2 small boxes and 1 trap. The trap needs to be placed all the way against the back wall and on the floor. This gives you just enough room for 2 small boxes like this, while still being able to access everything at the end. You can use twig like this to bring in a half floor, and the loot room walls will hold it up after you break it. On the top shelf, we're going to repeat what we just did on the bottom for the large boxes and the barbecue small box combo. The middle will be different since we'll need room to jump up on the shelf. Some people have asked why are there so many barbecues in my loot rooms. The answer is, they have 2 rows of storage, same as small boxes, and since they can go above the small boxes, this is the same as having 2 small boxes in the space of 1. The middle up here will not have a trap. You want the first box to be all the way back so that the second one fits in while you're still on the shelf. This will guarantee you can access everything up here. In my opinion, every loot room should have these, 4 lanterns, 2 on each side. This will free up 4 slots since you can store 1 stack of low grade in each. There is the finished loot room, and we'll go over its strengths and weaknesses at the end of the video. The next loot room is what I put in a 1x2 space. It holds 88 rows of storage and has 5 lanterns that hold 2500 low grade. It's basically double of the 1x1 loot room, but it's more open, can be accessed by an entire team at the same time, and is very easy to organize. It takes all the items in these 2 boxes to build. To build this, first you'll want to grab 5 large boxes and the 2 garage doors. The garage doors face out and upgrade both of the frames to metal. You want the first 2 boxes to be in the back right corner, and then the second 2 in the opposite corner. For the 5th one, you can put your back on the 2 frames and place it right in the middle. Next, you'll want to grab 2 barbecues and 8 small boxes. A barbecue and small box go in each corner. Remember, the grill should always face the walls. With the frames metal, the small boxes can actually touch the wall if placed perfectly. It's not necessary, but I guess it's optimal. Next, we'll place 4 small boxes coming from each side, similar to how we did the large boxes. When you place these, you just want them to be close to the large boxes so that they don't end up sticking through the garage doors. Placing 3 from each side is what you're looking to do here. This will give you a gap in the middle by the frames. Now our bottom row is done. With every loot room, you usually want to use a twig buildup so that you can get extra space in the room you're working in. No exception here. Now we want to grab 5 large boxes for the top shelf. We can place these exactly the same as we did for the bottom half. The rest of this top half will be much different than the bottom. Since it's elevated from the position you stand at to access it, we'll use barbecues in the front instead. This will allow for the same amount of storage, but you can access the large boxes much easier. As you can see here, each of the ends can still have the small box under the barbecue since this doesn't affect what I just said. Next, you want to pick which side to build first. First add 2 barbecues as close to each other like this, and the third one should be the opposite way and lined up with the large box in the middle. The last 2 barbecues need to be built from the outside, and you'll need something to stand on. A box works fine for this. If done correctly, the loot room will look like this. Now you can grab yourself 5 lanterns. You can pretty much put these anywhere, and actually you can use as many as you want. They are great to save space in your main boxes when you have a ton of low grade. And that is the finished loot room. One thing many people ask is why is there no wall in the middle? Now you can indeed add this in, which essentially gives you 2 of the 1x1 designs right next to each other. This will work great, but I think this one is a little bit better because it's easier to access, build, and organize. The next loot room I use is for a 2 triangle space. It holds 32 rows of storage and 4 lanterns for 2k low grade. You can reach all of the boxes easily, and it's pretty simple to build. To build this, you'll need everything in my inventory. First thing will be the garage door facing out and the metal frame. Both halves are the same, so I like to start on the bottom. Both large boxes should be all the way in the back corners. You want the barbecue and small box up against both large boxes. Make sure you can still access this box without trouble. On this side, only a single box goes in the front. You can fit the barbecue, but it sticks out through the garage door. That is pretty much the bottom done, and the only thing left to do is use twig buildup to get a half shelf and do the same thing on the top. This is one of my favorite loot rooms to build when I have 2 triangle space to work with. It holds a decent amount for the space it fits in, and it's very easy to access everything. To finish the top shelf, it is easiest done by placing a box on the floor and using elevation to your advantage. For the lanterns, you can put them anywhere as long as they don't block access to the boxes. For that reason, I tend to put them up against this wall. And that is pretty much that loot room done. So I hope this video has helped you understand the design and the ideas behind these loot rooms that I frequently use. If you have anything to add or have a great loot room design you want to share, let me know in the Discord, link in the description below, or in the comments section. So thank you very much for watching. See ya! I gotta tell you, I can hear the comments already.